Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World. The year is 2019, and someone is waiting for the previews to start in a movie theater.
Hey, you want anything? Popcorn? Soda? No, nothing?
This has been The Sounds of the Old World. Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for tuning into the Cigars with Mac podcast. Today we have a good podcast, people. I mean, we got a good one. Today we're going to talk about, is it all about sex? You know, a lot of women, they be out here dating, and it seems like sex is seems to be a topic of discussion, I mean, is that a problem or not? I mean, I got to find out. I got to know, and I got two illustrious guests. We're going to talk about it, man, because this is a good topic. And but before we dig in, I want to ask everybody to download, like, follow, and share the podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. Also, if you have any show topics, hit me up at info@cigarswithmacpod.com, or you can hit the line 682-227-1780, text or call, And if you want to support the podcast financially, hit us up on Cash App at $Cigars with Mac. So y'all, let's dig into it, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on now. It's sex. You know, why is there such a topic when you're dating somebody, when you're first meeting people? You know, is that an issue? Who want to start first?
I can start first.
Okay, let's talk about it, sweetheart.
I feel like it's an issue to bring it up.
Okay.
When we are first meeting, first talking, anything like that. There's no need to even bring it up.
Okay. Now, why is that? Why do you say that? I mean,
because that's like the end factor. Like,
okay,
you have your body part goes into my body part. We know that. Everyone in the world knows that. We don't even have to discuss it. That's the end result. We want it. I want it. You want it. Why do we have to discuss it? I want to know about your mindset. What type of person you are.
Okay.
Traveling, your career. We don't have to even discuss it. We don't.
D, what you think about that, bro?
Oh man. I mean, I really don't discuss it like in the very beginning, you know.
Okay.
But if we're gonna get around to it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But just to say that it's gonna happen automatically, I mean, sometimes, you know, you meet people and it don't happen. You know, I met women that, you know, I thought it was gonna happen, but it didn't.
What do you mean? You thought it was gonna happen the first time, or just eventually?
Yeah, eventually, yeah, and it didn't, you know. But I mean, at the same time too, though, I mean, there's a few things that factored into that. You know, one time, it may have been like the timing, or I don't know, it just, you know, I guess it wasn't the right moment. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And a lot of times too, it could be that maybe, you know, you didn't give her what she was looking for, you know, and the same for the sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're not willing to do that, then sometimes you ain't gonna get it. You know, some women operate like that.
If you're not willing to do what?
Well, you know, like her demands, you know what I'm saying? Or she may ask you for something, and you like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And that may be the reason why you won't get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, some women out here, you know, it's you know, you do something for me, I do something for you type thing. But at the end of the day, like you said, you know, hey, the woman wanted and the man wanted, so why did it come down to something like that?
Right.
But that's the trick that women done played on men for a long time, you know, thinking that they're doing you a favor by giving you sex.
I don't see it as a factor, but
What you think? You
well,
say?
I mean, would they definitely put more value on their body parts opposed to yours, right?
I mean, I guess I don't, but maybe that is true to an extent, I can say.
Yeah.
So, Mandy, what you telling me is, you meet a guy, and we talking about when y'all sitting down eating chicken and French fries, he bringing up sex already?
Yeah, it's like the first meeting.
So y'all ain't talking about dreams and goals. He talking about getting in between them thighs already. You know that what you saying?
Yeah, or making reference to it, like, you know, it's like, after this, you want to come back to my place, and it's like, what? I don't even know you. You know, like, what are you talking about?
So is that problematic to you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
Just because, I don't know. I think what it is that basically a man could honestly talk to a woman, get to know her, maybe whether it's online or whatever.
Okay.
And, you know, say, hey, let's go out to dinner tomorrow.
Okay.
But I get that sometimes. I'm in the dating scene right now, so I get that sometimes. But sometimes I also get like, you know, what are you doing? You know, I want to come over, or you should come over. Now, mind you, we're online. So
Yeah.
I've never met you. I don't know you. And you literally said, how was my day? How old am I? And where do I live? And after that, it's, okay, well, you're close to me. You want to come over? No, I don't. You know, like, it's just weird how some people think it's okay, like, to say those things. And the reason I even brought this topic up is because I think it was it was the day before yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
On social media, this guy messaged me and was like, wow, you're amazing, just looking through your page. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And I was like, what makes you say that? And he was like, oh, just looking through, and you're beautiful and all this. And he was like, I'm looking for a good woman.
Okay.
I said, okay. And I said, a good man is always needed. And he was like, what characteristics do you like? And I named the characteristics. He named, you know, what he was looking for. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know. And then after all of that, he said, well, and there's another characteristic too. You have to be a freak. And I said, oh, okay. And he said, and it's not a lot. I just like to do, you know, I go to swingers clubs and do this and naming all of this stuff. And I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is my response. Okay, so like, let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
And then he said, do you know how to squirt? I said, I'm sorry. I'm not that girl. I'm sorry that I even let you go this far. I'm not going to entertain this. I don't know you, and we should not be talking about this. And that was it. Like, he didn't respond. I never said anything else because it was just like, what happened? Like, you solicited me. You messaged me. I don't even know you.
From Adam.
And, you know, looking for a good woman, you're looking for this. And I was just like, oh, cool. Okay. You know, I like what you're looking for. You know, the next thing I'm thinking is maybe we should meet. Or maybe some, you know, no.
Yeah.
He went straight into, you sound cool, but when it comes to sex, I need all these things to be in line.
He went straight for the jugular.
Yeah, like, why did you, because honestly, I could be like, oh, yeah, I can do all that. Yeah, I'm a freak. Oh, yeah, we can, And then it never happens when you meet me and we have our first encounter. It's just, it's terrible. You know? So I don't get why there's so much talk about it when sex is really something that has to be shown.
Correct.
We can talk about it all day, but it don't matter until you both get in that bed and show what you have to offer or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you hear this, man?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Man, what you think about that, bro?
Well, I want to ask this question, though. Like, you say he was thumbing through your pics. Like what kind of pics do you have up? You know what I'm saying?
I knew you were going to say that. I don't. The funny thing is, I'm very goofy and silly. So I post a lot of memes that are, like, funny, a lot of status that people post that get a lot of likes and shares. You ain't gonna never see my naked body, nothing like that, ever. I don't. Like, I think the last 3 pictures that he even, because we're not friends on Facebook, so he has to have seen, like, maybe my live from New Year's, and maybe my last profile picture or something, but it's nothing like that. Maybe, and then my son is, like, my cover photo on the background, his Christmas tree. So it's like, I don't post stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because a lot of times guys see like certain pics and be like, "Oh man, you know, the hormones get it going. Like I got to have this, right?"
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if it wasn't those type of pics, I mean, for him to come at you like that, you know, maybe he's testing the waters. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes men see how far they can go.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get that. I do get, like any other woman probably, I get a lot of inbox messages on all platforms of social media. It's just like, some of them are good. Like, oh, I would love to take you out on a date. Okay, cool. Let's have drinks. Okay, cool. Let's go bowling. Okay. But there's always those that, like, are right behind that, or right before that message that say something along the lines of, I got one today. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but it was like, you are so beautiful. We're looking for two totally different things. Huh?
Go on and say what he said. I'm curious because I didn't.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can definitely read it verbatim if you would like me to.
Please, I'm curious.
Okay, I'm gonna read it verbatim then. He said, let me go back to the message. Okay, he said, no disrespect, you're gorgeous. I wanted to tell you that. We want two different things, but I just wanted to match with you so I could tell you that. I said, oh, thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. He said, thank you. You deserve happiness. But I'm just going to say this. If you ever want Ted and then want to kick me out after you come, I wouldn't mind. And left his phone number.
What the?
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You might not think that a few simple words could make you crave McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. But if you listen closely to the sound of me saying McGriddles, McMuffin, you might be wrong. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I was like, what?
What the?
But it's funny because in my profile, I clearly state, if you are looking for a fuck buddy, please hit the X. There's nothing that I can do for you.
Yeah.
And so I guess he was like, well, that's all I want, but I still got to let her know that I want to have sex with her. Okay.
Do you think this, do you think this has increased since the pandemic, or has it been like this for you for a while as far as dating?
Good question.
Because right now, this pandemic got cats like, shit, what? I'm living on a wild.
What? That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before the pandemic, maybe I could say that because I did talk to one person, and it was like, oh, hey, let's go meet up, and so we went to eat and things like that. But at the end of the date, I mean, it was still the same, vibe. Maybe it's the vibe I give off, because I am very, I don't know, like, I smile a lot, I tell jokes, I want to joke with you, and, I don't know, I might hit your arm or something if you say something funny, just try to make you feel like, okay, I'm interested, like, you're interesting, you're nice looking to me, I could see myself dating you, but I don't just, like, rub your leg and just wink at you and bite my lip, and, I don't do nothing like that. It's just like, oh, to show some kind of care, so I don't know, but maybe that has something to do with it, because that date did end the same way, and that was before the pandemic. The date was cool, but after, he was like, why don't you come to my house? I was like, no.
Who paid for the food?
He did not eat anything. He came from the gym, and I had some spinach dip, and that was it. So I paid for my food, and he was like, do you want to pay for it? I said no, because he didn't eat anything. So that's how that went.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was
He
like,
had just left the gym. He had that pre-workout in him. He ready to get it in. It's time to do some cardio.
he ever approached a woman like that, or ended up being like after the date, like, okay, why don't we go back to my house?
You know, I bought a woman some wings, and you know, and I feel like she owes me that. You know what I'm saying? I bought her some wings.
Okay, this is the first
She
date.
didn't give it to me though.
This is the
Nah,
first
it wasn't. Well, cause we only actually went out twice. You know what I'm saying? I had met her at a club one night, and then we talked a little bit. And then we met up for wings. First time. So the first time I took it to like, it was a little more upscale than a wing stop. You know what I'm saying? It's a little better atmosphere, right? So I thought I was gonna get it then. Didn't get it. I said, oh man. I said, all right. So she wanted to go out wings for wings again. You know, later on down the line. So this time I took her to wing stop.
But y'all are
Get
talking
outside and everything.
time, right? Y'all are communicating.
Yeah, we communicate, you know what I'm saying? But she was like the only woman that I was,
Right.
you know, involved with or whatever. So, yeah, and I thought I was going to get it that time. Didn't get it. And then the third time, she told me, you want to go out to eat again? I said, nah, I'm good, man. Every time she called me, I was like, nah, I ain't hungry.
I already ate.
I already ate. Yeah, I don't even want to do this. Like, how many wings I got to give you to get some of this? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So, but I'm trying to figure, like, did y'all have any conversation about it? About sex or anything in the time past?
I want like the guys like approaching you, talking about, you know, saying, hey, so do you squirt? And I wasn't bother with it like that, you know what I'm saying? But she know I wanted that, you know what I'm saying? She know I wanted some of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like she rub out like how you were saying, like, yeah, she rub all on you, give you back massage and all this kind of good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And
Well, then, I'm tripping.
yeah, try to put a tongue down and throw it in the car and everything, but man, she ain't want, you know what I'm saying? She ain't want to take it no further though, unless it was maybe she had some going on the outside that she probably felt like, I can't take it that far yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? You know, so maybe she actually had a guy. You know, because I run to women that, you know, they got to do, but they'll still go hang out with you.
Yeah, that's
But a lot of them ain't gonna take it that. Yeah, a lot of them ain't gonna take it that far yet until they finally maybe the guy they're with, you know, finally get rid of him or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of them, not all of them, because some of them don't care.
That's funny.
That bring that thing home dripping right on to him.
Yeah.
I had there was somebody else too. One of my friends on Facebook. We've been friends for a long time, and we do like the little I like your post, heart your picture, but we never said anything to each other. And he posted something about a Cowboy game, and I responded, and because we were watching the Cowboys at the same time, and he messaged me and said, "Hey, you're funny." I don't even know how we became friends. I was like, "Yeah, you're funny too. You be posting funny stuff." He was like, "We should go have Taco Tuesday or something." And I was like, "Okay." And so he was like, "Meet me at Velvet Taco in Uptown or something." And I was like, "Okay, are you serious?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm not playing." I was like, "Okay." And so I met him at Velvet Taco. I had never been there. It was cool. We had some margaritas. It was nice. And mind you, he said this is going to be a meet and greet since we've been friends for so long, but never really met. And I said, yeah, that's cool. We can just have a meet and greet. And so we left there. We walked in Uptown. We went to another bar. I can't remember the name of it. Had drinks. Had shots. then he said, have you ever had oysters? That's my favorite food. I was like, I can't remember last time I had oysters. I don't think I ever have, or it was just too long ago. And he was like, oh, man, we got to have some oysters. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to have oysters. So in the midst of walking, we passed an oyster bar. He's like, boom, we're going in here. Went in there. We had some oysters. Left there. Went to another place. Had some more drinks. Like, we were chilling. Like, the vibe was awesome. He was cool. I loved everything about the whole day.
Yeah.
And when it was over, and I know this sounds so silly, y'all probably gonna be like, okay, she's prude or something. But when it was over, he was like, I have been looking at your lips the whole night. They're beautiful. I want to kiss them. And he tried to kiss me, and I was like, no. And he was like, why not? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just, like, why? Like, why did that have to be something? Like, we were having a great time. And you just, why? Like, why? Why we couldn't just say, okay, I'm going to see you later. We had fun because we had already made plans. This is Tuesday. We had already made plans for Sunday. Because we were like, I was like, Sunday is when I'm free again. He was like, yeah, I go to this place in Deep Ellum on Sundays. So we had already made plans for that. So it was like, I guess he was like, well, let me see if she going to let me kiss her. So that way Sunday I could probably get more than that. But it just messed me up because I'm like, this is supposed to be a meet and greet. The vibe is cool. I ain't touched you. We haven't done anything like that. I haven't given you the inkling that I just want to swap spit with you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
He was trying to set you up with them oysters. You know the oysters do fit, right?
Yeah, the aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
See, Mandy, I think people think because you're easy. Because I know I've been knowing Mandy for a long time, and people think because you're just easy going that you're easy, and that's not the case.
Yes, not at all. Because really, D, I don't know D.
Yeah.
D could say, Mandy, you were so cool. I want to take you out tomorrow, and I'm going to say, okay, where are we going? That's just like I just hang out with anybody. Like, time is short. Like, just make friends, meet people, go live your life, have fun.
True.
You know, just be careful.
Yeah.
But people see that as like, oh, she came out here. She probably going, I'm going to see if she want to come to my house. No, I just came out here to eat some tacos and drink. Like,
we ain't got to go to the house. We stay, to be safe, take the Motel 6, neutral ground.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: are you opposed to if there's a guy you just and I know I understand this is probably a rarity, but are you opposed to a man that you just attracted to and that night if it just happens, it just happens? Are you cool with that?
Absolutely cool with it.
See.
But we don't get there. We never get there.
Yeah.
Like, instead of him trying to kiss me, he could have said, I don't want the night to be over, man. We need to do something else. Do you want to hang out some more? Do you want to go do something else? My answer probably would have been yes. And then if that vibe, like if we just would have been there and the vibe just would have been there, it might would have happened. You never know. But it's like you are like just making it. The vibe wasn't there. You did not feel me ever giving you that little spark.
Yeah.
And if you did, I don't know where you got, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you made it up in your head, but that's the problem. It could be a whole vibe. I can meet you in the same night. We spend all day together, and that night comes, and we're just still attracted to each other, and it happens. It happens. That can happen. I'm not opposed to it. But let it happen.
Nah. See what y'all won't be doing, y'all be rubbing on the man and stuff, so when you get in the restaurant, you can order anything you want. He ain't gonna say nothing, you know what I'm saying? You give off that vibe, like, yeah, I'm giving in there. Nah, yeah, get anything you want. Then, or everything on the menu, then it's like, nah, I gotta go home. Yeah, the man gonna be kind of upset.
I don't care if we go to, it don't matter where we go. You could take me to Ocean Palm. That doesn't mean I'm going to give you anything. Like, that doesn't, it don't mean nothing. You can take me to Wendy's and you still might not get nothing. It don't matter to me.
But,
I don't care. Let's do that.
Hey, Can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to use a man for food, you gotta go find your shelf.
I'm not. Now that's the thing too, D. If somebody says, "Hey, let's go here and do this," and we get there, I will pay for my own food. That doesn't. You invited me out to spend time and to hang with you. You don't have to pay for anything. You know, like you could have just said, "I just wanted you here." Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna give me something to eat, and I can go order my own food and pay for it and all of that. I don't want. No, that's not the goal. It's for you to buy me a meal. Because I can buy my own meal. I could have stayed at home and not spent any money, spent no gas, nothing. I could have been at home eating.
True.
And even after the drink, you still be like, no.
See, okay, and that was the thing with the drinks that night, that Tuesday. I even told him, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to keep taking these shots with you. Like, I'm going to be drunk. I have to go home. And he was like, okay, well, he's like, well, I'm a drink. I said, okay, well, you drink. You know, so there was a limit for me where I was like, okay, well, let me cut it off. I'm done. And he was still drinking and chilling, and he was still, you know, tolerable, everything. Nothing was overbearing or anything. But, no, I don't care how many, I don't drink a lot anyway. But I don't care how many drinks I have. I'm not going to automatically be like, okay, let me just go give him some because I've been drinking. And that's his choice to buy him. I didn't ask him to buy no drinks. I didn't ask him to go anywhere else outside of the taco place. That was what he wanted to do.
Tried in that oyster place. You know what I'm saying? This will get a right here. You strong-willed.
Now,
What you mean?
I mean, most women, you know, it's a couple of drinks, tacos, and some oysters. Oh, man.
If you listen, I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, we know what the end result is. That's our purpose. It's to put our body parts together and use them how they're supposed to be used. That's the goal, and it feels great. If you're doing it right, it feels awesome to both parties.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to just fall victim like, every time somebody does something for me because I already know what it feels like. Like they have choice in that. Like I really don't. It's not, you know, it's not a deciding factor for me. Now, if it happens and it's terrible, then we're gonna have to discuss on ways to make it great, and we're gonna have to work it out. And the second time, if it's still terrible, then I'm gonna have to let you know I'm not happy. But yeah.
But like, have you ever? No, I ain't gonna ask you that.
You can ask me that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you. Now, so you mean tell me you never went to a club, got some drinking, you met a guy.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You might not think that a few simple words could make you crave McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. But if you listen closely to the sound of me saying McGriddles, McMuffin, you might be wrong. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And left with it.
Absolutely not. No.
So you never had a one night stand?
I have had a one night stand one time, but I have never done that. Like, no.
Well, how did that one night stand come about? Was y'all met on social media?
No, this one night stand, I think I was 21, maybe 20.
Oh.
And I met this guy in my, so that was 13 years ago. So that was a long time ago. And I met this guy in my apartment. It was probably 12 o'clock. We were at the pool. All day, had fun, whatever. Exchanged numbers. We talked the whole night. And I think he came over at like 11 at night. And it just happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's considered a one night stand, right? Because I didn't know him. I met him that day and I had sex with him the same day, or no? Is that not the same thing?
Yeah. I call it a one night stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was And we did that, and it was great. Never talked to him again, and that was it.
Oh, you cold with it, man.
I mean, it was.
And y'all still in the same spot?
It wasn't my door.
And y'all still in the same complex after that happened?
After that, yes, but I mean, it wasn't. It was just, yeah.
You ain't like it.
It was just like a mutual thing. Like that was good, but yeah, I'm good.
I'm just saying though. I mean, because especially if you got it like that, right? You got somebody that's in close vicinity. You know what I'm saying? 2 in the morning it ain't nothing, right?
Right. Yeah,
that's easy.
I've never. I've been at a club with my friends, drunk. We talking to guys and giving our number out, but no, you cannot take me home. Like, no. Now, what we can do is the next day we can hang out, have some conversation, whatever, and then if that happens, whenever it happens, it happens. But I have never left the club with someone or anything like that. No. I don't care how drunk I am. No. Now, am I going to call up my ex or something? Huh?
Even if they took you to IHOP first, after the club.
That's happened before. Me and my homegirls went on plenty dates after the clubs, IHOP and Waffle House. And that's it. I mean, I can't speak for my friends. They have done that, but I've never been like, hey, I'm going to go with this guy. No, I don't know him. Not that I know him the next day either anymore, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to leave him.
That's what I'm saying. See, a lot of women feel like they wait 2 days and then get to them. Then it's, like that's in the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's in the better because like you still have everybody within 2 days.
You're right. And that's why I say, as far as the talking about it, I don't get it because if you can really say some key words to a woman that will have her like, oh dang, I like him. I might just go ahead and give it a. But sometimes they don't let it get that far. They're so excited about it and they just start saying little stuff that slowly pushes, or I would speak towards me, slowly pushes me away. Like, nope, he lost me.
Talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, we don't require a lot. We really don't. It's just the way you say it and the things that you do. You can get it. All women will say, yeah, if he say the right words, he could get it. We all have said that to our friends. But here comes Joe Schmo, and he say something off the wall, and now we just like, all guys are stupid. I'm done with them. Nope, I don't want it.
So it's safe to say that a lot of men overcomplicate the situation.
Yes.
I believe that.
I can believe that. I really can. Would you say that a lot of these guys lack good conversation?
I can say that, but to the guy that I was telling you about at the beginning, he was saying what he wanted in a woman, and he was telling me about his past. So his conversation was great, but it just ended wrong. So I can say that's a 50-50 thing.
Because I can remember being a single man, and it would be funny that it could be a chick I'm trying to get at, and the guy who's better looking, better body, better physique, and I would get the chick, and they'd be like, "How you get her?" And I'd be like, "I just talked to her, bro. I just listened to what she had to say." And for some reason, and of course, I've been married 14 years now. But for some reason, I've noticed a lot of these men nowadays, they lack some lack good conversation. They lack the fact that, I feel like social media has kind of made some guys lazy. They think, okay, I got the nice car, I'm making the dollar. Surely I know I can get her. And a lot of times that's not the case. I mean, I've experienced it, and I sit back and be like, why is dating? And I asked a brother one time. I asked a female sister one time. I said, why is this dating thing so complicated nowadays? And she just told me it's different. And I said, I understand that. That's why I'm wondering, why is it so complicated? How in the hell can a woman that's beautiful, you know, gorgeous, nice body, smelling good, how in the hell is she not married or in a committed relationship nowadays? Answer that for me.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
You know why?
Why
is
that?
And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of women that are like that, believe it or not, a lot of them do have like mental issues. I mean, that's pretty light.
Yeah.
Some of them really don't be right in the head, and some guys just like, you know what, hey, you look good and everything, you know, but I can't put up with this every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can vouch for that, for real. That's true.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's because, you know, they may have been with a guy who did them wrong, and then every guy after they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
But they think they get a pass because they look good. That a man's going to put up with it. Most men like, nah. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think the man is the prize.
Do you?
Well, I mean, because when you look at, like I said, this is my opinion. When you look at the hierarchy of a relationship, it's the man then the woman, right?
Right.
Okay, then. So if it's the man then the woman, then the man should be the prize.
See, I look at it.
If he's leading,
I look at it how you're saying, but he's choosing the person to be there in that spot, in that position. So it's like you chose it. That's your prize that you chose. That's how I look at it. Women, it's like, honestly, we're here and this is what I want. But that man has to choose you and say, I want you to be a part of my
universe,
home, my household, my whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it. That's what I'm saying. I see what you're saying. And y'all, I see how you can say that. I'll say it's 50-50. But I see how you can say that because, like you said, you're at the top and I'm the prize. I'm who you want. You're trying to get to me. But it's like, well, you handpicked me. This is your kingdom. You chose me to come along with you. I'm your prize.
Yeah. But see, society has twisted it and tried to make it a matriarchal society where it's all about the woman, and they put the man on the back burner. And this is why you got a lot of women with this old, you know, I'm a strong woman, I don't need a man. Every woman needs a man, and the man needs a woman, right?
Right.
But they tell you that you don't need a man because you got a decent job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not going to carry you through life.
And that's something that my one of my family members told me the other day. She was like, all the women in our family, you know, well, not the one, but you know, me and my cousins and my sister and whoever. She's like, y'all, I would see y'all as a threat. She was like, y'all don't need anything. Y'all all have your own place. You know, you have your jobs, careers, you know, some of us have children. And it's like, y'all don't need anything. But that's how we were raised, to be self-sufficient, to be independent. That's just how we were raised. And I think that a lot of men, just from me and my cousins talking, a lot of men see that as a threat. It's like, oh, she don't need me? Oh, I'm good. Like, I need somebody who needs me. I want you to need me more than I need you. And it's like, I can need you for other things, though. Like, I don't need you to fund my household. I don't need you to do anything, but I need you as my partner, as my man, for whatever reason, you know? Okay. So it's like, I do feel like, and I could be totally wrong, but I do feel like a lot of men see me as a threat. Like, either I have to get her, like, oh, I got to get her because yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would be somebody to get to be like, yeah, I got her. I had sex with her. Or they, you know, date me and they're just like, nah, I can't even, you know, I don't have this together right now. I don't have that right now, so I ain't gonna even waste my time. But it's like, I didn't ask you for anything. I didn't, you know, you don't know what I'm looking for when it comes to that, but you never gave me a chance.
So you saying that a woman who's successful will latch on to a man who's maybe trying to get it together, you know, just haven't got it together right now? I mean, do you think that'll happen?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I know there's some women who are probably going to be listening and be like, oh, absolutely not. You got to have this, and that. I don't think like that at all. My whole mindset is what you can possibly obtain.
Potential.
I don't want to get too deep into something that I just recently went through, but I'm just going to say that I was talking to someone who didn't have it all, but their potential, because I knew them and I spoke to them so much, he has so many things going on in his life that I feel like he could be a millionaire right now.
Yeah.
He could have an empire.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm holding him back. And I was like, well, I ain't gonna lie, I sent him screenshots of 2 things that he needed to do to get his plan started. And he needed to register for this, and he needed to do that. I sent him them 2 things. And I feel like me doing that cut me off. Like, he was not interested. Like, oh, here she go trying to push me, and I'm not ready for that. So when he did that, when he didn't respond to that part, I said, okay, he's not willing to go the extra mile. Like, I thought I saw this, and that in him, but apparently he don't have it.
He didn't see that in him.
Yeah, he didn't see it in himself, so there's only so much I can do. But, you know, so it really messed me up because I'm like, you know, you really don't have a lot. But me, I'm literally looking at you like, I see so much potential in him. Like, I would love to be beside him and help him grow this, and that. And, you know, yeah, I was down for it. I really was. And he probably was looking at me like, she probably not. She probably just talking. But when I sent that information, I could tell that, you know, if he don't want it as bad as I want it for him, then I gotta move on.
That's true.
But yeah, we would definitely talk to someone who may not have it together because of what we see in them. But you gotta talk to us first to know that. And men want to talk about, well, the ones that I've encountered, they want to talk about everything but. Like, everything else, like, oh, God, don't talk about it. Just show me. I'd rather you show me when it comes down to time to do that. Let's not talk about it at all. So it's a surprise, you know, when we do get to that stage, like, ooh.
So they see you, all they see is a sex object. They don't see you as, I mean, I'm not being, like, harsh or nothing like that, but what I'm saying is, from what you're saying is, yeah, you know, guys see you as a sex object and not really approaching you as someone that they're trying to build with. And that's what you're looking for.
Yes. And I don't know why I attract those types of men. And I don't know if all women encounter this. Like, you know.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong now. There's some women that men are going to meet and they're not going to bring up sex when they first meet the woman. You know, it depends on the vibe that she gives off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like you said, they're touching every subject and every topic except for sex. But then there's some women that this man to meet that, I mean, 30 minutes within the conversation, that's what he's talking about. And maybe it's something that they see in that woman, like, you know, maybe they think that all this woman wants anyway is to just, you know, have some sex. That she ain't really serious about, you know, life, you know, anything in life or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so, okay, so that makes me feel bad because I'm like, well, I didn't mean that literal. Nothing offends me, so don't worry. But you know, I just feel like, hey, maybe maybe sometimes I say stuff and they're like, oh, she ain't serious. We just gonna have sex. But so I like that you said that because I need to kind of gauge and try to remember the types of things that maybe I talked to with these people prior to, them talking about sex only.
I would say, as a single lady like yourself, I wouldn't necessarily. I would say try different approaches to see how this will work out, because I've literally heard men say, "I would never marry a woman who gave it to me who's too easy," when we all know that's a damn lie. I mean, who would? I'm not gonna lie. As a man, we don't want difficult. Contrary to what a lot of men say online, and men you may work with, I don't trust a woman to give it to me that fast. Who else she done gave it to? And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you might be the cat that she gave it to. She was just feeling. It had nothing to do with her being easy, And I think the problem is they overcomplicate it. Like my boy D said, they jumping straight to the jugular. They jumping straight to it, and it's like, well, damn. And I would say, and like I said, I've noticed this just in my everyday life, watching how a couple of these guys move. I mean, it's almost like, damn, bro, who taught you the game, homeboy? Because at the end of the day, something I learned is that women already know whether they want to sleep with you or not. It's not something it's really not that complicated. I mean, and like I said, I just don't understand, when I hear these cats say, "Oh, there's no good women out here," and I'm like, or vice versa, no good men. I'm like, it is. They all around you. And I believe that even with the online dating, and I feel like with online dating, you actually can sort of vet people better. I would think so, and some guys, they just, I don't know. And I'm not trying to put down fellow men at all, but it just seems from what you're telling me that that's what's going on. And like I said before, my thing is, like I said, I've been out the game for a long time. So, but I can remember all I was get was one night stand. It was like, damn, is this easy? And that was online dating then, and I'm just like, why is this thing so complicated? Why is it so hard? And then I look at all the distractions we have around us. You got the OnlyFans, you got the IG, you got the Snapchat, you got the TikTok. I mean, it baffles me. So in so many ways, you are in competition with that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I can remember hearing the older women talk when I was younger, and you will believe that these women were damn near virgins. When I know damn well that ain't the case, because you had STDs back then. It's nothing, There's nothing new under the sun.
The cloud.
You had all that. I can remember one day I went to Genghis Grill, whatever you call it, Genghis Khan, Genghis Grill, and the waiter was like, "Hey, the waiter was like, yeah, what you want to drink? This, that, and the third. How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing well. How is your day?" Do you know this woman told me, "You're the first person that's ever asked me how my day is going," and I'm like, I said, "Men don't ask you that." That's crazy to me. D, what you think about that, bro? I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you asked how her day was, so they really like lit her up and everything, but that goes to show you too that, like I said, sometimes it's a small thing, like men overcomplicate it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just
hold the door open.
just simple shit. I'm like, damn, you. Like I say, I'm not simping and nothing like that. Like I said, I come from the generation where, and D can attest to this. Conversation ruled a nation, and that this shows from your experiences. This shows that if you don't have good conversation, good meaningful conversation, man, you ain't really got shit.
Yeah.
Because I always, most women, I always look at most women, especially being a single man, I always look at most women as a safe you gotta crack. Because most times women are gonna be not necessarily standoffish, but they're gonna be kind of apprehensive. And then once they see, okay, he's a cool guy. He's not trying to fuck on me. He just wants to see how I'm doing or this, that, or ask about my day, and I just sit back and wonder, like, why is this so hard? I mean, bro, you can get what you want in half the time if you put her, I don't want to say put her on a pedestal, but just ask, how was your day today?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'm too old school, man. Like I said, but when I hear these cats talk all this, 1 minute, I hear brothers say, oh, not necessarily. I hear men say they don't want to marry a hoe and they don't like hoes. I ain't gonna lie, man. Back in the day, I love a good hoe. I love easy. I don't know about the next man, but and I guess it's why and mind you, my wife was not easy, but she was easy going.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't complication. And I think,
you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
The fact that you just said that,
what's up?
It's funny because I was talking to my best friend and we were just discussing, why can't we find a guy? What's going on? And it's funny that you said that because me and her are very easy going.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays that is saying you're easy. And I'm not gonna name any names or anything, but I was told that I was too friendly and somebody no longer wanted to date me. And I was like, I'm too friendly. And we were together for a while. And it was like, well, hey, yeah, you're just not, you're just always, friendly. But I have friends. Like, it's like a boundary thing. Like, I'm supposed to just sit there and not speak, or I'm supposed to, I don't know, if Courtney, if you message me and said, hey, how you been? I haven't talked to you in forever. He was expecting me not to respond because I was in a relationship. But he just asked me how I've been.
Exactly.
Like maybe if I answer and then he's like, well, I was trying to meet up with you. Then I can say, oh, I'm in a relationship now.
Correct.
But anybody, to who it was, I was not supposed to answer any inbox from no man. I was too friendly. And I just was like, what? I don't get it. Like, so I do feel like that's me. Because I want you to be my friend first. So I'm gonna be very friendly to you. If you show interest in me, I can easily friend zone you on accident. Because I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, my cousin's birthday's coming up. Come with me. We're gonna go to karaoke.
That's right.
And the whole time you could be like, I'm trying to be with you. I'm trying to, get to know you a little more. But you would have to tell me that though.
That's right.
You would have to tell me because I wouldn't know. I just automatically go full throttle all the way in. Hey, I'm going to a basketball game tonight. You want to go? Hey, and that's like, hey, she invited me to like everything. Like, she cool. Like, huh. It's just me, you know, and I feel like that's overbearing, and men are like, okay, well, she want to be with me all the time. I can either get some from her, or, you know, I'm good on her because she's trying to do too much too fast. But I have to be told. It's like, tell me, like, hey, slow down. I'm not trying to do all that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, you know. I just feel like I'm always that friendly. Like, maybe I could be too friendly. Like B said, you know, what kind of conversation came before that? What made him feel like, okay, she easy. I got it in the bag. Easy going. Like you said, some guys like that, and some guys are like, nah.
Some men say they want a challenge, but they really don't mean that. I mean, that sounds good to say, but in actual practice, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Who the hell wants to deal with somebody difficult? Like I said, I understand in the beginning, you know, there may be some apprehension, but you know, once you've known somebody, you know, there should be some easy kill. You know, it shouldn't be difficult.
There's a lot of different things in the world. That's one thing that should be easy. You should come home to easiness. You should be able, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. That should be the easiest thing in your life. Should be.
Yeah. The world don't beat you down. You still have to come home and fight.
That's right. And I think that's what is going on nowadays, because when you hear on TV, you know, you hear these dating experts, these relationship gurus, you know, talk about, you know, what you should expect, what you shouldn't expect. You know, I mean, I've heard women say they want a man to open up to them and all that. And I have to let women know that that's not how men are built. And I told women before, you know, you don't want to deal with a man who's emotional as you. You know, you say, I want you to express yourself to me. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Honey, I really do.
Why?
I do. I don't, because I've never had it. I think men try to be so hard. When I do date someone, they try to be so hard, and a manly man, like, stop. We're at home. Be soft. Tell me what's really going on. Like, you don't have to be hard with me.
Well, it's not necessarily about being hard. Here's the thing, and this is the example I always tell women. I expect a woman to be emotional. I'm okay with that. Both of us can't be emotional. Like, you know, it don't work like that, because eventually you're going to get tired of me. You're going to get tired of me always bitching about the job or bitching about the business. Oh, the customer didn't do this. You know, basically being a whiny ass motherfucker. I mean, you say that, but I'm telling you, that's not the way men are.
If it's all the time, that's a problem.
See what I'm saying?
But you never say, I mean, when you bottle it up like that, you just try to be, it's okay, I'll get over it. I'll get through it. Okay. And you keep saying that every day, and months pass, and then you're really mad, and you're blowing up at me over me putting strawberries on your cheesecake when you want to glue it. You know, it's like, oh, you really mad at your boss from last month. You know, that's what I mean. Like, to an extent, you don't have to be hard. You can literally come home and be like, work was too much. I had a customer who really, you know, worked my character today, and I just feel so beaten down, and I'm like, oh, you know, now it's time for me to come in like Superwoman. But if I never get that chance, you know, you always trying to be Superman, I just want it. I've never had that. I've never had a relationship where the man is just macho, like, I'm going to take care of everything. You sit back. Don't worry. I'm going to handle everything that comes our way. I've never had that. So it's just kind of been a silence. Normally when I date someone, it's like a silent thing. They deal with everything on their own. And then it normally probably affects us in some kind of way. We argue about something, and then it comes out. So it's like, oh, so you really, why you just didn't tell me about that? Or why did we never discuss that? Why did we let it get this far? Nobody's ever just been like, let me tell you what happened, and let's discuss it and move on, and me be a man about it. And, you know, maybe I'm using the wording wrong, but
no, I know what you're saying.
Take charge, you know. It's just always been like, oh, nothing. No, I'm fine. Oh, it's cool. No. Or you going out with your friends and telling them or whatever, and I'm just left in the dark.
Well, that's the thing. As a man, I'll tell like my boy D.
Mm-hmm.
It's things I can express to him that I'm not gonna tell my wife because I don't want her. I don't want her to. How should I put it? I don't want that on her mind. I want to be the. I want to be the one. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I can just handle it all, but there are certain things.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
Hey, it's Rick from upstairs. Yeah, I take it seriously. When I play R&B at 1 a.m, that's me saying, hey, I'm here for you. And I enjoy repetitive bass lines. I only use expired batteries in my smoke detectors. Nice, right? Yeah, upstairs neighbors help people forget their troubles. Give them something else to focus on. Ooh, want to see how high I can jump?
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor.
No, wait, let me try again.
But we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
I really can't even explain it. But there are just certain things as a man I can't be. How should I put it? I can't be bitchy like that. Well, there are things. Well, that's what I'm saying. As don't get me wrong, me and my wife converse a lot, but then there are some things I don't want to. How should I put it? I don't want to say worry, but I feel like I don't want to put that in her ear.
Okay.
I want to be that ear. Well, as a man, I'm especially as a husband, I have to be that ear.
I was going to say, yeah, we come and tell you everything,
Yeah, you come and and that's why I say I can't be unloading on you, and then you. I mean, it has to be a balance, is what I'm saying. D, would you agree with that, bro?
Huh?
I said, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with it. And I'm gonna tell you something that I do. Like I have outlets. I learned to develop that. Get an outlet so I won't keep everything bottled up in me.
Yeah.
Like stress relievers or something like that. This can be accomplished through a few different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like hobbies or whatever, right? And like I go to the gym. Like that's like my biggest outlet.
Yeah.
Like I go to the gym and I block everything out. I'm in a moment for at least an hour or something like that. And then I kind of calm down. But that kind of, because they say when you work out, you release endorphins, the same thing that your brain releases when you have sex, right? So like what we call it, like feel good hormone, right? So you have a tendency to kind of calm down and don't let it bother you as much. So if you got a woman at home, man, you can be, you can accomplish the same thing just by, you got a woman taking care of you, then, you get it off your mind, your stress relief.
That's
you
right.
Have an outlet.
That's right.
Yeah. Because me telling the woman about something that happened on the job, I mean, yeah, I could tell it to her, but I can't really harp on her because she probably don't even really understand like the whole situation or like how everything works. So, she listens to me, but she may give you some advice, but like I said, she don't know the ins and outs men for the job, so it's hard for her to really give you like a lot of solid advice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to figure it out on my own. But at least make me feel good real quick, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's real talk.
That's how I look at it.
That's how I look at it. And like I tell brothers all the time, something you said earlier, Mandy, was about, a partner. And I think a lot of times, when you was talking about the gentleman, you was kind of help him out as far as bettering himself, and when you gave him those tips, I think he took it the wrong way. And
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, you had good intentions. But a lot of times as a man, we still have our pride. We still got our pride. And I think, and the thing about it, he wouldn't, the way you helped him, you wouldn't have helped him unless he had told you some things. Am I correct?
Right. He had told me.
He told you some stuff. And I think he may have told you too much. And then when he told you that, he took it the wrong way, you know, and don't get me wrong, I don't think what you did was harmful at all. You did it out of a place of love, you know. But I think that's what it is, you know, and I could be wrong. This is just my speculation. But I just feel like that's a lot of the problem, man. That's a lot of the problem, you know, because some women are straight up like, look here, I'm not dealing with potential. Either you got it or you don't.
Right.
And to me, you know, I feel like everybody has to do what they feel is best for them. I can't tell people what to do. I don't do that, you know. And, you know, some men, you know, we talk about, you know, I got to work on myself. Daily.
Yeah.
Daily. You know, and some I always say on the podcast, a barometer I use every day for myself is, are you being the best dad you can be? Are you being the best husband you can be? Are you being the best employee you can be? Are you being the best friend you could be? And if the answer is no, you got work to do. Straight up.
That kind of happened to me before, man. Hey,
what's up?
I was with this girl, you know, I was kind of like in between things, trying to figure stuff out. And, you know, she'd be like, you know, you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that. And at the time, I did kind of take a little offense to it. But what's crazy is that same day, I went to my grandmother's house, and some stuff had happened. She found out about it. She said, boy, you know, you can do better than what you're doing. But I took that to heart, though. You know what I'm saying? Both of them came from a woman, but it just seemed like when it came from the girl I was with, I kind of took a little offense to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But when it came from my grandmother, I accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I could be doing better than what I'm doing.
And that's absolutely me. Like, I'm going to push you. The same day I meet you, if you say you went to work today, and I say, oh, where you work? And you say, oh, I don't know, I groom pets. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're like, well, I got bid today. I'm saying, oh, we got to do something else. So-and-so is hiring. You should probably check them out. Like, that's me. I'm that type of person. And I just met you. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to, that's just me. Like, I'm going to automatically go into that role of like, you unhappy with something? Oh, no, we got it. You know, what can we do? What do you like to do? What is your degree in? Like, that's what I'm going to go with it. And they're probably going to be like, what? Girl, I don't even know you. Oh, you said you didn't like your job. I was just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I go there. Just to be like.
But you know what? Most men need women like that, because you got a lot of women who win a man down instead of trying to do things to, you know, lift them up, lift the spirits up, and make them feel a little better about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Give them a jump start.
But like you said,
even more.
Took offense to it, and I get it. I get what you're saying, because I can see how I can say something. They can be like, "Girl, I didn't message you to talk about this. I'm trying to see if we're gonna hang out and if I like you and if we gonna go further. Like, why are you like, you know? I don't know what your situation was, but it's like I kind of took offense to that. Not major offense, but it's kind of like, what? Don't be telling me that.
Yeah, I was in my 20s though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, like, you know, kind of, yeah, I ain't know how to take it then. Yeah, but like, say my grandma told me the same thing, I was like, take it to heart. Like, all right, I'm gonna get it right.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you. It took me years to accept that my wife wanted what was best for me. Because at first I'm like, you know, I wasn't saying anything. I'm like, man, who the fuck you think you talking to? But no, seriously though. But once I sat back and examined myself and examined that it was from a place of love, a lot of times I run ideas by my wife because that's my partner.
Right.
You know, but that took, like D said, I was young then in my 20s, man. I wasn't trying to hear that. But now it doesn't bother me anymore. It really does me because I know it's from a place of love, you know. And something also I had to learn was, as a man, you know, it's okay to take help.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that takes maturity, and it takes, you know, it takes, you know, humility. Because we're taught what a man should be in society. And I'm not trying to contradict myself, because at the end of the day, I always say everything is flexible.
Yeah.
Everything is flexible. So I think in your situation, you know, a brother get a woman like you, he gonna get a good woman. He gonna get a good woman. But I think a lot of times we as human beings, we always in problem. At least I know I am in problem solving mode. When a lot of times it ain't about solving a problem. It's about understanding that there is a problem, and let's figure out how we're gonna fix this situation. Because from what you're saying, you're a problem solver. You a problem solver. You like, shit, I don't mind. Like I always tell people, man, I don't mind you bitching in the morning to me, but once we get done bitching in the morning, what we gonna do to fix this situation? Yeah. And that's the way I had to start looking at things, you know. But I don't think you did anything wrong, you know. Like I said before, but I think that's what we as men have to understand. Like D said, you know, you know, and I'm the same way. My mom, it's something about my mom. My grandmother has passed, but my mom tell me something. It's like, damn, I never looked at it like that. It just hit home a little bit different, man. It don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It hit home a little bit different, but I would not say to not do that, because, you know, I know for me personally, a friend of mine, she was talking to me about you know, with my podcast, and she gave me some good feedback, and she was like, you doing such now? I said, yeah, maybe you suggested. She was like, damn. I was like, hey man, I ain't got no problem with no woman giving me a suggestion. That don't bother me. Shit, shit. Hey, give me feedback, bro. Hey, if you see something that could be improved, shit, let's talk about it. I ain't gonna lie, let's talk about it. I ain't got no, man. Ego is not in my repertoire. Cause at the end of the day, man, I'm still learning.
Yep.
I'm still learning.
I got one more question for D. Well, D, how old are you?
47.
Okay. So I have a question. Let's say you meet a girl on. Are you online dating? Do you do online dating?
No.
Okay, so.
But if I need to, this pandemic.
Yeah. Okay, let's say you meet a girl at the grocery store, and you know, y'all are standing in line for a long time, so y'all just start talking and you exchange numbers. Y'all go out, have a good time. You know, everything is cool. Y'all go out to eat, have a good time, or whatever. So then y'all are texting, talking to each other, having a lot of conversation, and y'all end up meeting up again. Maybe this time she cooks for you. You go over there, and y'all end up being intimate with each other. So then after that, you still communication and everything. Is there a certain something that you are looking for to be exclusive with her? To finally say, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make her my woman. Or is it just that, well, you know what? You know, we already did that, so next time I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna cook for you and you come over here, and maybe that happens. Maybe the next time you cook for her, she comes over there and y'all have sex again. So then, it just kind of happens like that. So, is there something that you're looking for as far as I'm gonna make her my woman, or is it just kind of like, well, cool, she's just gonna be in that category, like that's just a homegirl, we have sex, and I'm not really looking for anything more since I've already gotten, the end.
You already got the prize. But,
yeah.
But see, okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I had to teach myself is I used to meet women and I say, hey, I want her, I want to be with her, right? And sometimes, because both people got to be on the same page when it comes to that, right? So,
about like being in a relationship?
Yeah. Okay. So I try not to like put that expectation on it, but if it happens, it happens. And usually if it happens, it's because it's a mutual feeling, right? Because if one person wants to be in a relationship and the other one don't, then you're going to run into some issues because, y'all not on the same page.
Well, just speaking from the women that I've talked to, me and my friends, it's the man's call normally. Just because of the fact that we're doing everything that people in a relationship would do. Like what more does he need me to do for us to be exclusive? Or it's normally y'all's call, just from the few people that I've talked to.
Okay, well I'm going to come back to this question right here then. All right, so when you have sex with a man, does that automatically qualify that particular situation to turn to a relationship, or can it just be like, okay, we had sex?
I can only speak for myself, and I'm going to say yes. If I'm doing that with you, then I want to be with you. Like we're doing everything because I want you to be my man. Eventually, I need you to be like, okay, it's exclusive. It's just us. We official. Whatever we need to do to make it known, that's what needs to be done. That's me. That's how I am. I'm not gonna do it with you if I don't see no type of relationship with you.
I understand that, but a lot of women don't look at it like that. Because some women can have sex with you, and to them, that's all it is. It's good sex, right? And then, so like I said, then some women that have sex with you, it's like, hey, I've opened myself up to you. I've given you an intricate part of my body. We together.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what is it? But is there something that you? Okay, has there ever been a time where you've looked at a woman and said, "I'm having fun, but we ain't going no further than this. Like I don't see us going further."
Yeah. I've been in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that every woman ain't really cut out to be in a relationship.
But
you got some women out here just as cold. You got some women out here just as cold in the dating game as men are.
Yeah, true. I know. I'm just asking you. Just why did you not that person as someone to take it further? Because of not because she was treating you like just somebody to have sex with. I'm saying somebody where y'all were. It was a mutual like, okay, I could see. Yeah, but see, a lot of times when that happened, it wasn't because like we just like I guess out our mouths say, you know what, from this day forward, it's just gonna be us. Sometimes it just happens because like if you like a person and that person like you, say y'all have sex, right? And say she was dealing with some other guys, prior to you, and then she cut them off. And then maybe you were dealing with some people, prior to her, and you cut them off. So even without it being said, y'all pretty much saying like, we want to be with each other, so we're doing everything to show each other that we're not trying to be with nobody else. That it's just going to be us.
So that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But I never really just came out and be like, I just want to be me and you. I just let it, lead up to that moment.
So what about someone that you didn't see that with?
Now, I've had women that I've been with that wanted to be with me in that way, but I didn't feel like it would be a good fit, right?
Why not?
I mean, I'm not a complicated man, but I'm also, I mean, like, okay, because there are certain things that I do in life that a lot of women to do that like on a continuous basis, they probably don't want to, be a part of that, right? And I can understand that. I mean, like my routine and even the way I eat, all this stuff like that.
It wasn't her, it was you.
Probably, yeah. Okay. I would say that. It probably was me because I love it.
I'm glad you said that. I said I'm glad you said that because I always feel like that. Like whenever I'm like, okay, this might be going somewhere, and they just kind of like, oh, right now it's not. I'm just not looking for that. And it's like, well, why did you waste my time? But like you just said, it's certain things that you probably feel like she can't. I'm just not even gonna do that with her. She's not the one to go forward with me and how I am in my life. So it was like a you thing for your comfort. It's like, nah, she's not gonna be able to do it. But there was nothing in her saying, I don't want to make her my woman because she this, she that. It was just you and what you wanted, right?
Yeah, because okay, I'm gonna show you something. I had a friend of mine. He was a Muslim, right? Mm-hmm. And so him and this one lady kind of got serious, but he had to let her know. He said, "Okay, now we're gonna go further with this. You do know you're gonna have to convert." Even though she did convert, but you know what I'm saying, he had to put that out there, let her know, like, look, I can't be, even though I like you, you know what I'm saying, I mean, we have a good time together, but I can't be with you unless we're on the same page, unless you're willing to do this also. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying with my situation is that I meet women, but then I say, okay, I do this. I don't really do this, and this. You know what I'm saying? And some women be like, no, I'm not willing to get that up. No, I'm not willing to do that right now. So, and to be honest, sometimes it makes me feel like, okay, so you're saying that, in one breath you're saying, hey, I really like you, I want to be with you, but you're not willing to, I guess, make a sacrifice,
right,
to make it work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna bring no pork chops up in my crib,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But then you got some women like, nah, I gotta have my bacon. Okay, well you have your bacon by yourself. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this is little small stuff like that, but to me, that's kind of important,
right?
So it ain't necessarily like saying that they're a bad person. Like I couldn't see myself with them, because a lot of women I could see myself with, but it's just the fact that certain things when I vibing on, and then when I tell them the way I want things to go, some of them be like, they just keep fucking.
What about someone who's very submissive? What about a woman who's like, yeah, that's fine. Oh, you don't eat pork? Okay. I eat turkey bacon. I'm doing this, change everything to really conform, to be like, no, it's fine. Like, I'm here to, serve you, be a good woman to you. Would you be like, oh, okay? Or is it more like, I don't really want a woman like that I can just tell what to do and walk all over? How do you see that?
My younger days, yeah, that was, to me, that was a turnoff. A woman who who was not feisty, didn't have a little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I come out the hood, so a lot of women, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have that about them. Like, it was a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this is ill. I'm telling this motherfucker gonna jump off a bridge, she gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Kind of give me a little bite back. You know what I'm talking about?
Good to know.
But,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. But nowadays, though, yeah, if I can find a woman to say, yeah, hey, I'm here for you, whatever you want, however you want it done, I'm willing to do it. Because I think that is the way things should be.
Right.
But now you can't hardly find it, though. That's the problem.
I'm stuck between the two. Because when it comes to relationships, I'm very submissive. Whatever you want.
Oh, yes, you good one.
It's like, it's your world. It really is. But,
for real?
I'm dead serious. But, I don't know. Like, I've never been, like I said, with someone who was just like, I'm calling the shots. I'm, just going this way, boom, boom, boom. So I kind of have to take on this role. I'm like stuck in between two where, like, today I might be taking over the whole relationship. I'm calling all the shots, but tomorrow, I might try to let you in. It's just hard because I'm very, very, very submissive when it comes to my man. But you gotta put yourself in that role for me to feel like it's okay to be vulnerable at all times. I ain't never had to just give it my all like that and be like, oh, let me just give him everything and be submissive, because that's how I want to be. Like, that's honestly how I want to be, because I feel like that's how you're supposed to be. And, good things, everything is going to work out fine, and he's going to be happy with this, and that, and whatever, but it don't never go that far. I never get that far, and I'm like, what am I doing? But like you said, when you were younger, I feel like maybe some men that I date are still stuck in that younger part of, like, oh, no. See, I could do anything.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, they stuck in that, because I'm telling you, like, we can be talking on the phone for weeks, and then finally be like, okay, why we haven't met? I'm like, oh, COVID is crazy, but let's just go ahead and go have drinks somewhere, that's practicing COVID safety. And you might have told me in those weeks of us talking that your favorite candy is this or something or whatever. And when I get there, I'm going to have that. That's just like, I am that over. I want to go over the top because I want you to leave the house and know that you're going to come back to somebody who really pays attention to you and cares for you.
Yeah.
But I do it from the beginning. From the beginning of our encounters, I'm letting you know, like, I got you. What you need? What's wrong? And, yeah, I don't know. And I think that some men see it differently, because I'm going to tell this really quick story. I was talking to this guy for,
take your time. Don't make it quick.
Because I ain't trying to start long, but I was talking to this guy for a week, and we finally met because he lived in Fort Worth. And I was like, oh, this is just so far, I'm never going to see you. But we always communicated because we had wonderful communication. We met, and he was saying, he's a nurse, so he was talking about how he has to wear all these different masks, and he's always losing his mask and whatever. So when on our first day, I brought him a mask. And he was like, what? And I was like, well, you asked for a mask. He was like, wow. Like, why? I feel bad because I don't have anything for you. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's not. Just know that I was listening to you. He was like, dang, So, I'm saying that to say, as time went on, this man eventually asked me for money. So I was like, wait a minute. what happened? I'm confused. What made you think, at any part of this, what we've been doing, what made you think that I was just going to give you some money? But that's my fault. I was too nice and nurturing and giving from the beginning. All I gave him was a mask. So that's why I was like, I don't even see, we met up numerous times after that. So many times after that. Even on my birthday, he came up for my birthday and bought me gifts and flowers but it was just like, what happened? Like, what made you think? I guess because I was just so nurturing and so nice and so, oh, what's wrong? What do you need?
Now, I'm going to say something about that. Because your actions wasn't wrong.
No, they wasn't.
It's the fact that you did it for the wrong person.
That's right.
Right. Oh, I like that.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, people take their kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. See, he unappreciative. For him to ask for money, especially him being a nerd.
I'm trying. That's what I said. I'm like, what?
Don't change.
I'm trying to change because I feel like it hasn't worked. And however long I've been dating, 13 years. I started dating when I was like 20. It hasn't worked for me.
You know what? A lot of times because the wrong man, just the wrong man is the recipient of it.
Yeah.
That's what that is. I'm not saying I don't think what you did was wrong. I think that's very thoughtful.
Yeah.
No different than a man bringing a woman flowers, right?
Right.
With a bad selection, you know what I'm saying?
And I've done which is still probably stupid on my part, but we're supposed to, I was supposed to come over and cook. Okay, I'm working on homework or whatever, I'm a little tired, but you can still come over and cook. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to drive all the way out there for that. I know that you're working. So he FaceTimes me and like, I'm really working. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I want you to still come over, but just know I'm going to be working. I'm going to be in the office, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll just come over tomorrow. He's like, perfect. Tomorrow's fine. So you know what I did? I sent him some food. Since I couldn't come cook, I sent you dinner. And he was like, oh my God, how much does this cost? I'm about to send it to you right now. I'm like, no. Like, I was supposed to cook for you, and you was really kind of pushing for me to still come. But if I'm going to be ignored, I don't want to be there.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
Yeah.
So, just to show you that I care about you, let me send you something to eat. And he was just like, man, nobody has ever done this. Like, you're so rare. You're just so kind-hearted. He's saying all of this stuff, but your actions are not matching up with the things that you're saying. You're just saying that because it's in the moment and you feel bad, I guess. His actions did not match up with none of that. And I'm like, what happened? Like, dang it. I thought he was on to something. So,
I'm like,
I gotta change. I gotta change that.
I'm like, D, remember I told
don't do that.
Remember I told you before, man, don't change that. Did I tell you that? Yes or no?
Yeah, you did.
You don't. I'm telling you what I know. Don't change that. You have to. That you can't stop being who you are, because in the end, you're gonna be miserable on the inside. And then when the right guy comes along, you're gonna be thinking, something I see a lot of women are guilty of is making the current man they're with pay for what the other guys put them through.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not fair because, you know, you just didn't give that energy to, like Dee said, you didn't give that energy to the right guy. I mean, you have to date to see. You have to. I mean, there's just no way. There's no way around that. There's no way around that. And that's why I tell you, don't change who you are. Don't change who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that.
I'm hearing, it sound like you're a good person.
She is.
I try to be.
She good people, man. She good people. I ain't gonna lie. And that's why I tell you, don't change who you are. You know, it's just sometimes, man, you gotta. At the end of the day, as the old saying goes, you can't win if you can't win a lottery if you don't play it.
Right.
That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
And like you said, Courtney, you go every day like, okay, am I being the best this? Am I being the best that?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, probably, I would say 9 months ago, if you had asked me that, I would be saying no. But now, I can answer that yes to every question. Are you being the best mother, the best employee, the best sister, the best daughter? You know, there's only so many things. I'm really just, you know, a mom and an employee when it comes down to it. You know, the main things in my life every day. And it's like, I can answer yes to all of that. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm answering yes to all of these things. Now I'm ready for that other person. I would say I am, you know, but that's why when you said that, I'm like, yeah, I'll be trying to check them off every day. You know, I'm doing my best in those areas. I'm ready for that other area to be fulfilled. And you're not supposed to go looking for anything, but it's like, how long do I have to wait, you know, before something come along? I don't know.
Let me ask you a question right here too, though. Like when it comes to men, are you aggressive? What I mean by that, do you approach men or you wait for men to approach you?
I am. It really just depends. I'm 50-50. My friends would say that I'm aggressive, yes. Because if I was to see you, D, at the grocery store and I thought that you were attractive and you looked at me and said, you know, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And we're going to have a whole conversation about the oranges in your basket. Or if you got beard, I'm going to say, where we going? Where the party at? Don't be trying to leave me out. That's me. And what you going to say? Oh, I'm married. Or I'm not interested in you. Okay, have a good day. That doesn't bother me. So, yeah, I would say, my friends would say I'm aggressive, but it's just 50-50, I guess, depending on where I'm at, how I feel.
Yeah, I like aggression. You know what I'm saying? To me, that takes the guesswork out of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like aggression. I like aggressive women. I ain't gonna lie to you. And being, you know, living in Colorado for so long, I ain't gonna say it spoiled me, but I mean, like the women there are real aggressive because of the ratio. The men and women. So, you know, women, you know, they be on it. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to some spots where women are real reserved, and they expect the men to constantly, you know, pursue them.
Yeah.
So that takes,
I would
you know,
my
some
friends.
adjustment.
You never know. You never know. You could be sitting there all night looking at a guy, you know, and like, oh, he needs to come up here and talk to me. Why don't you just go over there and say something to him? Like, you never know. Just go take your chance. And what if he gonna say no? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. No, see, that's the thing. You remember they said about men, like, you know, hey man, hey, approach it. The only thing you can do is say no. But then you get women who, you know, they know it's not just a no, it's a no and some.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got friends. If a guy look at them, they be like, oh my God, why is he looking at me? I would never. And I'm like, oh my God, don't act like that. Like, just, you know, you don't have to be so. That's true. I have some friends who know they won't talk to anyone. You got to be the owner of the club to approach them. You know. So I yeah, I get that part, but take a chance. That's me.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that aggression.
That's what I'm saying. Most men ain't gonna come out and admit that. They just not. You know, they're gonna put up the wall. I like to chase a woman. I like a woman with a little pushback. And I'm like, they're a damn lie. Because ultimately, I always feel like the average man, you know, won't admit it, but a man wants a good woman that he can, you know, I don't want to say fuck up on, but have sex with, easy going, it got his back, submissive, you know, and that's what they want. But a lot of men are not gonna say that. They're not gonna say that. I mean, I've literally heard dudes say, I like a chase. I like a little chase. I'm like, why? I like a woman that kind of difficult. I'm like, why would you want to deal with that?
Exactly.
That don't make that.
And I struggle
yeah.
too, Courtney, with I struggle too with I guess I could say appearance. I would say appearance. Because my struggle is like, I get told, oh, you're so beautiful, you look so nice, you're this, you're that. And it's like, we do all of this. I have a whole relationship, or we do all of this, spend time or whatever, but it's like, you don't want me as your woman. And I struggle with it. Is it my appearance? Is it, you know, but you're telling me that I look great. Mm-hmm. So like, why are you looking at me saying, but she's not girlfriend material? I can't see myself, you know, going further with her. I just want to keep her in the dark. I just want to, and I've been stupid. I've been somebody, just somebody that they, you know, they late night hype. I've been that for somebody and ask them, you know, like, why, you know, why? We've been doing this for a long time. Like, we don't ever go anywhere. We don't. You know, I'm just, you know, it's just me. And I'm like, no, like, what is it for real? Like, tell me truthfully, like, why am I not able to be out there with you, you know? So I struggle with that, too, because I just don't understand how you can tell me that I'm so great at all of this and that, but you don't want me to be your woman. Yeah. Like, why would you pass that up if you're saying it's such a great thing?
That's true.
So you had something at home?
Huh?
He had a woman at home?
I'm going to say no, because I've been to his home several times. So I'm going to say no. But, I just don't know. I was literally just, you know, like, oh, when you want some. Yeah. Oh, that's how I felt anyway, because we never did anything. So, like, what happened? Damn. Kind of dwindle down to that, but it's like, no, you are awesome, you're amazing, you're this, man, you got a good head on shoulders, man, you always so positive. So okay, but what's the but? When you gonna give me the but so I know what's really wrong? So that's why I said, when you said that sometimes it's you and what you do, and maybe she's not fit to be in your world, you know, that's why I'm like, maybe it's them, maybe he was falling short and didn't want to see what it was. I don't know.
I don't want to say the word. I don't want to say not fit. That sounds kind of hard, don't it?
What?
When you say they're not fit. No, I'm not saying they're not fit, but just like, you know, I just don't want nobody to come along and try to disrupt my routine or disrupt, you know, like my belief system and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all thing like that. So I was trying to, you know, keep it to where it's compatible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the word. That's the word I need to use. Yeah, but if you wouldn't have changed, oh man, I mean, from what you told me, you said you would to switch things up and I mean, just really put your energy into a man, and for a man to to not accept that, I mean, that's you know, that's crazy.
I love my baking. I love pork chops. If I dated somebody right now who said I don't eat that, it can't be in my house. Okay, that's it. I got some chicken sausage in there. I got some beef. Like I'm gonna make it work. I got you. Mm-hmm. You ain't gotta worry about that because that's what you do. I think that's what you do. But
you're right. That's exactly what you do. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I be trying, but I feel like, okay, I'm trying too hard because it's unappreciated. But like you said, it's the wrong person. So I'm just tired. And like Courtney said, you have to date to know. So it's like, I'm kind of over it. Like I even tell my friends, I'm really over it. And I want to just let it go. Just everything, just dating in general. Just if anybody even messages me, I'm not interested. No. But that's going to be me pushing off everybody just off of my last encounter. Like just giving no one a chance. And that's how I kind of feel. I kind of feel like, you know what, maybe just have fun. Don't even.
So it was that bad to where you saying, look, I'm just gonna give up. I ain't even gonna try to make nothing happen.
That bad over the years. Yes, I really do feel like I just need to give up. Just maybe one day it'll happen. I mean, they like those little memes say, what they gonna do? Bust down your door and come save you? Yes, because I don't know what else to do. I feel like I've tried the avenues of dating and meeting people and, even friends putting you down with their friends. And, it just never works. Yeah, or it's like I said, oh my God, you so cool, you so awesome, you so this, you so that. And I kind of put myself in this friend thing. Or we have sex and then that's what we do. Like, oh, so we're just having sex every time? Like, we would go eat, but we would go have sex, and we would do this, and we would do that, but we're going to have sex. And then I'm like, so we're not going to be together? No? Okay. I'll stop talking to him. But all of these months, almost a year done passed, This is experience since dating, since I'm going to say the age 20. It's just, my encounters have been like, what in the world? Like, we've been doing all of this for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I think it's just, it's just a bad selection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can say that. I don't know why I attract those type of people or why I select those type of people, but I gotta switch up some. Maybe not who I am, but maybe my selection, how I select, or what I attract. I gotta switch it up some kind of way.
I say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm about to.
If you're a good person, and because at the end of the day, right gonna be right no matter what, right?
Like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good gonna be good no matter what. So keep doing what you're doing, and then it's gonna, somebody's gonna appreciate that. Somebody, and it's gonna be somebody who really needs it in their life. You're gonna be a straight up blessing to them. Straight up, you're gonna be a straight up blessing to them. They're like, man, I've been waiting on this my whole life. You gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It happened. It really happened. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Perseverance. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing I think is, I think when it does happen, you're gonna know. I think you're gonna. I know.
I'll tell you something.
What's up?
I'm just gonna tell her. Now, don't go read that Steve Harvey book. That what the book was. That don't go read that and start taking. Yeah, don't go do that. I wish they need to burn every copy of that book.
I'm reading some books now, but they not about that. I mean, they not like that. It's like Queens Don't Settle. It's a whole bunch of books by Ace Metaphor. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but
yeah, he's
pretty good.
He's a relationship coach.
Yes.
Ain't he the one with the dreadlocks?
Yeah, and it's pretty good. They some good books. It's just self motivation and relationship positiveness, and being aware of what type of man that you're dating. I like it. It's not that vibe that Steve Harvey book vibe. Like, oh, he doing this, you need to do that. No, it's not like that. So
making the man wait 90 days and all that crazy stuff. Don't do it.
I'm gonna tell you though, like, and I'm pretty sure I know D can attest. I know me personally, when I was out there and learning the game and really understanding women, I never read a book. It was through trial and error. And once I learned that, first and foremost, I always had good conversation. I just didn't really know it. And then when I got married, as I grew into my marriage and went to counseling, I learned you got to listen. Mm-hmm. And then when I got into sales, I really understood the art of listening to people. I really did, because a lot of times, like you said, a lot of times cats talk, they talk too much.
Yep.
And the thing about, and I have nothing against relations. I've heard of Ace Metaphor. And all over, I forgot the other guy name. I know you. It's like a team of them. And my only, how should I put it? My only disagreement with them is that there's no one size fit all. There just isn't.
That's true.
There's no one size fit all. That's why I say everything is flexible. Everything is in life is flexible. I mean, I've heard of men who sit back and say, "Oh, I never get married," but then guess what? These cats are married now, and I'm like, "Well, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
You were so stomped down and not getting married." Or when I hear pimps say, "I don't give a bitch no money. The bitch give me all the money," when I know they do give them money. I know you do. Or when I hear, or for instance, when I see sometimes in business or even in a corporate game, and I see a woman who's at a certain level, and she's telling other women that she worked hard and this, that, and the third, when I know damn well she didn't work hard. She had to use her feminine traits. She had to, sometimes she had to come to work showing a little cleavage. But they're not gonna tell you that. Them guys ain't gonna tell you all that information. They just not, because then they feel like, man, I can't get this book sale if I tell the women the real truth. I always felt like there's no, it's just, everything is fluid. And you gotta be fluid. You have to be, And I know it sounds crazy, but you may have to hit a cat up from another state, another part of the country, or you may have to hit a cat up overseas. Because I know for me personally, when I was dating, I always noticed that I didn't really mesh too well with women from the South. But I like women from the East Coast because they were aggressive. I like people that, I like women that pretty much get to the point, tell you what they want, where you stand. I mean, it wasn't no bullshit involved. And I figured that out at a young age that, okay, these are the women I met. Like my wife she's from Connecticut. She actually approached me. And when she approached me, then we went from there. So I knew what I liked, I knew what I didn't like, and I knew what I was willing to tolerate and what I wasn't willing to tolerate. And like Dee said, most men, man, we really are simple creatures. We really are very simple creatures, you know. And when you find a woman that says, I'm willing to give up pork, I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to do that, man, you got a good woman. I don't care what nobody say.
So do.
You ain't finna convince me otherwise. But when I hear these guys say all this bullshit, I'm like, dude, you know damn well you bullshitting. But then on the other hand, I understand, for real, I understand, I know damn well in Steve Harvey household, man, that brother is boss hog. But he got to make them book sales. Mm-hmm. He got to make them book sales. He got to put out information that is just hog. I mean, I read one of his books, and this guy spent about 75% of the book talking some crazy shit. I was like, okay, come on, dude. I know you don't believe this. I know you don't. But I listened to his book because I'm like, let me see what the hype with this guy. And I'm like, man, this guy don't believe this shit. And it's almost like he's insulting women's intelligence.
Yeah.
And I always tell brothers, man, I always tell men especially, man, she's not stupid, bro. She's not stupid. You can't, I mean, I've even, like I said, I got stories for days, but I would tell you, don't stop being who you are, because there is a man out there that's going to appreciate you. There is a man out there. I mean, I hear these guys talking about don't date single moms, when we know damn well most of these guys are with single moms, and they know they are. And they know they lying. I'm like, dude, you know you lying. You know damn well if you pass the age 30, 35, if you meet a woman, there's a high chance, especially if she's within your age bracket, she has at least one child.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I got a homegirl. She's an engineer. She's married now. I mean, man, I'm so happy for her. Beautiful woman. But if you sit up here and say you don't date single moms, well, dude, you basically Xing out 60 to 70% of good women out there.
You gotta go back to high school and get them one.
Man, you gotta go back to high school, bro. I've even heard some men say, "Get you a virgin." I'm like, nigga, where?
Oh man, you gotta go back to elementary to get them one.
Man, foolish talk, just stupid talk, man. Stuff that's not even realistic. But they gotta make themselves. They gotta convince other men of what to do. And like I always tell people, man, what may work for you may not work for this other individual. I remember I was in Iraq, and it was a little homeboy of mine, and it's this girl he wanted to talk to, and I was helping him out. He was on Skype. He's like, man, I want to talk to her, man, but I don't know. I said, just tell her you want to talk to her. He did what I said do. Man, they went back. We came back home. They dating. He lost his virginity. I mean, it was heaven for him. And I just told him, I said, man, you got to just be real about it, bro. I mean, she ain't gonna know if you don't tell her. If you talking all that friendship shit, let's just be friends. Guess what you gonna be? Friends. Now I don't think they're together anymore now, but that was a great life experience for him, because at the end of the day, bro, you got to experience life. You got to experience life. You have to experience that side of life. You're going to experience heartbreak. You're going to experience pain. You're going to experience, you can't avoid these. These things are unavoidable.
True.
That's just how I feel. And I feel like a lot of times, these cookie cutter, one size fit all methods that some of these cats be having. I'm like, man, damn well that ain't true. It's not true. But I always say, when you read those books, a lot of times you got to read those books. Read in between the lines, because the game is there. It's just, it ain't always, everything ain't going to be bam in your face. Some things you got to sift through. Like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this. Bam, I'm gonna take a little bit of that. Bam, I'm gonna take a little bit of this. I'm gonna take a little bit of that. I don't like that. That's not, and you gotta make it applicable to your own life. Like you said, this cat seeing your son on your background, seeing, this, that, and the third, which y'all was talking about, and he still came on some bullshit. What you think about that?
I agree with all of it. You ain't said nothing wrong.
Yeah, man. But hey, man, if y'all, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. If y'all got any last words?
I don't.
So you was all nervous at first, but I told you, nah, you nothing to be nervous about. It's gonna be cool, believe it or not. And I think we have for real.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, because I was like, I just don't know how this works. How does it start out? What do we do? I just didn't know what to expect.
Man, it's just having a good conversation with some good people, man. Like I said, this brother here has helped me out tremendously. I've been knowing this cat for over 15 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He's older than me. So at the end of the day, I seek counsel from the wise. And ain't too many young wise people. A lot of times people think, oh, they're young, they must be really wise. People look at Mark Zuckerberg and say he must be really wise. No, he just was in the right position at a young age. Mm-hmm. But you still gotta go through life. You still, that old adage, with age comes wisdom. It never fails. But that's it, man. Yeah. That's all I got to say, man. I think this is gonna be it's gonna be a popular podcast, man. I like doing these long ones too. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I'm about to end this podcast. I thank y'all for coming on, man. Like I said, this is a good discussion. This is a good topic, man. I like that. Like I said, I'm married. I can give you advice from a married standpoint, but D can give you advice from a single standpoint, which is good. You want to hear both perspectives.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, most definitely. Let me go and end this podcast, y'all.
Okay, have a good night.
All right.
Hey, you too. Have a good time.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, folks, there you have it. Thank you for tuning into the Cigars with Mac podcast. Please don't forget to download this podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. And I'm out.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.